Hello, Brother Steve. Welcome to another great Brother Steve Skype time interview. You know how we do from Hollywood. Can't put my phone number right there on the screen, toll free, 888-998-4677 from Hollywood, California. We want to interview you. Well, basically, you want me to interview you. You know, that's just how we do it. You know, I have one of the funniest, not black men, but funniest men in comedy today. The one and only Barry Brewer. Barry, what is up, Doc? What's up, Doc?
What's up, man?
Hold on, don't cut me off, Barry. What's up, Barry? How you doing, Barry?
What up, man?
All right, how you doing, Barry? Man, you know, I know we gonna crack up. I know we gonna laugh. I know this interview is gonna wear everybody out. Barry, how you doing, man?
I'm great, man. I'm doing great. I got it. Can't complain.
Right.
Breathing the day. The sun's shining.
Right.
Man,
You know, man, let me ask you a personal question. Are you picking up trash today?
I'm not. I just did. I cleaned up around my house. You know, when you buy a house in the hood, you know, you don't just live for yourself. You live for everybody. You got to clean up around everybody.
Barry is like, he said, I got to pick up trash every day, Barry.
Man, you know, my career is moving. So hopefully, you know, I keep this house, give it to somebody else and move on. But right now, yeah, I'm in the hood. I'm in the hood still.
Barry just made it official. He's giving his house away. Go to Barry's website right now. Register your name. Register how many children you have. Register how come you can't pay rent. So Barry can give away his house. Barry is one of the funniest men in comedy. Barry, tell us about your comedy. Tell us what makes you different than different comedians. We've seen all the legends. We've seen all the people. We're not comparing you to the legends, but what makes your comedy different from everybody else out there?
Well, first of all, it's always an honor to be compared to the legends. So I'm never offended by that. But what makes me different?
Well, hold on, Barry. I wouldn't compare you to the legend. I was just trying to read the script here on the screen, you know. So. Barry, compared to the legends, what makes you different?
What makes me different, man, is bringing my experiences, my personal experiences, to the stage. You know, my unique experiences as a child, as you know, the way I view the world. Barry, you know, I always encourage people to just be yourself. And so, you know, the things that's quirky about me, the things that, you know, every little in and out about myself, bringing that to the stage is what makes me unique. You know what I mean? My personality, my views, I believe that all of that, you know, is what makes me unique and, you know, sets me aside or apart from everybody else.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's roll the clip. We're going to watch Barry live in concert right now.
I fly a lot, man. Flying a lot, you see a lot of things. I don't like flying coach. I hate that. Anybody else or somebody say, oh, you first class all the time? Okay. Bougie, first class all the way. I don't like flying. I don't like flying when I can't fly first class because when I walk past first class, they always make me feel like I'm poor. Anybody ever fly and walk past first class, they all seated and got their drink, they little wine, they look at you like you're a peasant. You ever see that? They're like, look at the peasant. And you feel like a peasant because you've been waiting in the jet bridge to get on the plane in the line. And you be like, excuse me, I'm just trying to get the coach. Don't want to bother nobody. No, I ain't trying to bother nobody. I'm just trying to get the coach. I'm trying to get to where I'm trying to get to, brother. I ain't trying to bother nobody. Excuse me, sir. How you doing? Your wine looks nice and lovely, yeah.
That was funny. See, Barry's life experience. So, you know, if a church or a social club, you know, a group want to have you come in, do a routine, you know, what's your focus? Why would somebody book you to come do comedy, Barry?
I believe people book me because it's, you know, it's I talk about real issues. You know what I mean? Like when if I'm booked at a church, I talk about how you're in a church and you know, somebody's pooted on your pew and you don't, you know, it seemed real immature, but as a grown man or a grown woman, you like, man, who's stinking like that? You know what I mean? You're trying to figure it out, or you going to somebody's church bathroom, or you going to a visiting church and the pastor came preach and you don't know what to say. You know what I mean? When they give the offering lines and you don't got the $50 and they don't call your offering number and all you guys that hot dollar because, you know, this is a visiting church, you know what I mean? You know, or just about the everyday life when you speaking and you trying to be nice and that person don't speak back and you almost get in a fight when you trying to be polite at first and you get upset because they don't respond to your politeness. You know, like I talk about everyday life and everything that people go through all day, every day, regardless to what walk of life you're in. I talk about those issues and bring my my view or my crazy way of looking at it to it, and I think that's why people love to book me.
Wow. What are some of the experience you have? What advice could you give to up and coming comedian? We know you do clean comedy, and that's what the wonderful, wonderful plus about you. What advice would you give to like an up and coming comedian who somebody, there are people who are like in their late 40s or 50s and say, you know what, I want to do comedy. It's never too late to start. What advice? I mean, Barry, you're working, you're staying booked. We're going to get into some other stuff in a minute, but what advice would you give to somebody out there who want to pursue comedy? Because I'm telling you, people say, Steve, you just funny, man. Oh, you should do the comedy. Dude, I am not going to a comedy routine, a comedy club, and 2 people show up. When the guy told me last week, oh, we're going to pack the place out, you be getting your rent together. You're like, oh, cool, I got to get my rent paid. Next thing you know, nobody come up in that joint. So how have you survived, Barry, doing that good comedy?
You know what? It's very simple. You stay consistent and persistent. You know what I mean? That's what I tell comics. You stay on stage. It's like, I think it's a muscle. It's like going to a gym and you ain't never been. You weak, you trying to live. You got to keep coming back. You might not be able, you might be sore, you might be hurt, you might not did that good, you might have bombed. Keep, just paralleling the gym and the world in comedy. You got to just stay with it. And as you continue to work that muscle and you continue to get on those stages, you start to find who you are as a comic, and you start to get funnier, and you start to find out what you like to talk about or what fits you. And people respond to that. I think that comedy is one of the last self-expressions type of things, and it's all about what you bring to the table and how sincere you are in that. And I think that's what makes comedians great and special, and that sets them aside from the rest. You know what I mean?
Barry, not only are you a comedian, you're a producer. You know how we do here in Hollywood. You got to do 12 jobs out here.
Juggle everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Zookeeper, you know what I mean? You need your giraffes tended to. Oh my God.
Man, hold on 1 second. Hello? Okay, yeah, what truck will be there in a minute. Okay, heating and plumbing services, you gotta do what you gotta do, Barry.
I got somebody coming to pick up a package. I work for UPS too.
Got your own UPS store in the house. All right.
Right. Hey, no, you gotta do everything, man. All that you can do, all of the gifts. I'm fortunate to have a lot of gifts, man. I actually play piano, and I grew up in church playing drums, saxophone. So I was always into music growing up. So as I got older, I played the organ for the church, and so songwriting and producing kind of came, naturally with that. And that's what I was doing before comedy. And so, yeah, I love songwriting, I love producing, I love music, man. That's my second love. I used to always feel like comedy and music was straddling, but comedy, it won. That's my number one. But music is right there.
I was talking to one of my good friends, George Wallace, and George said the greatest job in the world is to wake up and make people laugh every day.
It is.
To see the joy of laughter. The Bible speaks about that. To make people laugh. People having a rough day, to make people laugh and to add excitement and joy to their life. Barry, you're also a producer, a movie producer. You, Tommy Ford, dude, the great film. Let's talk about that movie.
Yes, it was a great. I wrote the film and I executive produced it. Tommy Ford played in it for me. I met Tommy Ford on the set of Who's Got Jokes, which is a T1 stand-up competition that I was blessed to do for 2 seasons early on when I was a little younger. And so I was one of Tommy Ford's favorite comedians on the show. And I ran into Tommy at a restaurant and told him I was writing this film, and I had an idea for him and would he be a part of it, and he was just like, man, for sure, anything you got going, I definitely love to be a part of it. So I got him to do a cameo in it, and so it was a great experience. It was a funny movie, little something. In Hollywood, like I said, you gotta put it all out there. So I'm not waiting for somebody to put me in my movie. Put me in a movie. I'll start creating my own movie. Wow. You know what I mean?
And that's what I tell people. They want to come out here. They want to be discovered. I'm sitting there. I had somebody tell me, well, I need you to call some movie people for me and just put me in. You got to audition. You got to have a reel. You got to have your stuff. You got to have this. You got to have your stuff. And I'm grateful that they're working on their stuff. They're tightening up their game. But like another friend of mine, Robert Townsend, he's like, I'm gonna make up my own stuff.
That's right, exactly.
And just,
Robert Townsend is exactly the people you gotta look. You gotta really look at people who's made a way for themselves, and that's why they're success. Robert Townsend, Keenan, Ivory Wayans, Tyler Perry, all of these people started from the ground. Like they thought they had an idea and they started making it happen. They didn't. You got to really look at their success to understand that it was only because they built their following by starting to do it themselves, and they didn't wait for somebody to say, "I like what you're doing. I'm gonna invest in you." They invested in themselves. They did what they had to do to get it done. They didn't have excuses. And that's what I'm learning today. Like, if you want to be a movie star, or you want to be an actor or whatever, you can't just wait. If you wait for somebody else to believe in you, you'll be waiting forever. Because at the end of the day, don't know anybody that you really see as successful. They believed in themselves first. They did what they needed to do, and people kind of bought and jumped on board. I don't want to talk in public about Tyler Perry, but a lot of people's not a big fan of his work. But what you have to be a big fan of is his effort and the way he went about it. He built a following from the ground up. Yeah. He wrote a play. He started putting it on using his own money in these little hole in the walls. Certain from 9 people to 10 people to 20 people to 300 million people now that's a Tyler Perry fan. He started from the ground up. And you got to look at that and say, okay, that's what I want to do. So what do? I take the same method. I'm a comic. You like me? Okay, Brother Steve, I'll make you that. Then you go tell your friend, hey, I know this dude named Barry. Man, y'all need to come to the show. Now you and your friend is now a fan of mine. Now and then it keeps building and building till it's 300 million and more. And that's the method, I feel like we all need to apply. And if more people in Hollywood would take that path, I think they would give Hollywood a lot less power. You know what I mean? Because the people that make Hollywood is everyday people that watch entertainment. Those are the people that you actually have a straight connect to. So why, with with technology now, you don't even need Hollywood. You don't need money. You don't need all these opportunities. You need the following. You're connected to them already. So you just need to engage them.
Wow. That was the answer. That was more than the answer. Because yes. You can your YouTube page, your Twitter, your Facebook, social. If you got a following, distribution companies are not looking at how good your record is now. Oh, who is your following? Who's going to buy this when it comes out?
Exactly. That's all they care about because they're money people. They don't care about if it's good. They don't know. That's why music is so bad right now because it's like they don't care about the what you're talking about. If people gonna listen, if they're gonna buy it, that's all that matters to the money people, which is sad, but that's where we are. So if you about anything, you say, okay, I see how that works. So let me engage the people that like what I do, and let me continue to build on that. And then the people with money and the resources gonna come to you. They want to be a part because they see that it's an opportunity to make some money for them, and that's how it works.
What closing comments do you want to say? First of all, how can people reach you? Let's just put it out there. How can people contact you, Barry, if they want you to come to their church, they want you to come to their car wash, or they want you to come to the funeral?
Well, I do funerals. I do divorce parties. I do. We thought he was gonna die, but he came live, and so we want to celebrate. I do those events. I do. My baby daddy has just left. He's gone forever. Thank God. I do those parties. I do it all. I do whatever. Ever.
Barry, how can people
reach you? As long as you pay and we, and it's a decent type of event, I'm gonna come. It's a celebration. I'm there.
What's your Facebook? What's your social media?
My Facebook, you can look me up, Barry Brewer, BarryBrewer on Facebook. You can look me up on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. It's comedian Barry B. Barry and the letter B. Comedian Barry B on Twitter. Barry Brewer Jr. on all the other social medias. Junior Jr. Barry Brewer Brewer Junior Jr. on Instagram, Facebook, and comedian Barry B on Twitter, man. And they can go to my website, comedian Barry Brewer. You can look up my website, comedian Barry Brewer. It shows my dates. You can see my bio, some videos. You can stay tuned, man, because we're on our way. And so, as stay tuned, because God is definitely moving, man. I'm excited about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Barry Brewer from Hollywood, California. This is great. One of my rare interviews. You in Hollywood, I'm in Hollywood. So I'm going to take the Hollywood button under mine. We'll put Los Angeles under you.
That's fine.
From Hollywood, California, I'm Brother Steve. Another great Skype time interview. We'll see you next time. Call me up toll free 888-998-4677 or go to my website, brosteve.com. Until next time, good day, good evening, God bless.